Dim room with steady rain. Before you do anything else, let your eyes soften. You don't need to focus. Just notice that you are here, in a dim room, while steady rain falls outside. Steady rain. A gentle, even sound, without urgency. Nothing is asking you to be ready. Nothing is asking you to decide. This is only a quiet place to rest. Dim room with steady rain. If you can, let your shoulders drop a little. Not forced. Just a small release. Let the jaw loosen. Let the tongue rest. Let the space behind your eyes feel wider. Dim room with steady rain. You can listen as if you are listening from far away. Like the rain is not close, not loud, just present. Present. Steady. Dim room with steady rain. Now, a slow breath. In, and out. Not deep. Just calm. In, and out. You don't have to fix the breath. You don't have to count. Just let it happen. Dim room with steady rain. If thoughts arrive, let them pass like small drops on glass. A thought can appear, and it can slide away. Appear. Slide away. Dim room with steady rain. Notice the feeling of the room around you. The dimness is kind. It doesn't demand attention. The rain is steady. It doesn't demand anything either. Dim room with steady rain. You are allowed to be unproductive here. You are allowed to be quiet. You are allowed to sleep. Dim room with steady rain. If the body feels restless, we don't fight it. We give it one simple message. It is safe to soften. Safe to soften. Dim room with steady rain. Let the hands rest in a comfortable place. Let the fingers be loose. Loose fingers. Let the arms be heavy. Heavy arms. Dim room with steady rain. Now, imagine the rain outside the room, as a steady curtain. A soft curtain of sound. It keeps the world outside, outside. And it keeps you inside, inside. Inside the dim room. Inside the calm. Dim room with steady rain. In, out, in, out. Each exhale can be a little longer, just a little. Not because you should, but because you can. Dim room with steady rain. If you notice tension anywhere, you don't need to name it. You don't need to solve it. Just give it space. Space. Dim room with steady rain. Now the only job is simple. Stay with the steady rain, and let the room stay dim. Stay with the steady rain, and let your body grow heavier. Dim room with steady rain. Heavier eyelids. Heavier shoulders. Heavier legs. Not sinking in a scary way, sinking in a safe way. Like a blanket settling. Dim room with steady rain. If you drift, drift. If you float, float. There is no wrong way to rest. Dim room with steady rain. And now, without effort, we let the pace slow. Fewer thoughts. Softer breath. Steady rain outside. Dim calm inside. Dim room with steady rain. You are safe. You can rest. And you can begin to fall asleep, gently, while the steady rain continues. Steady, steady. Dim room with steady rain. The room stays dim. The rain stays steady. Nothing changes. No change. No surprise. Dim room with steady rain. Outside, the rain is a soft, even sound. Not sharp. Not sudden. Steady. Steady. Inside, the air is calm. The dimness makes everything gentle. 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 Dim room with steady rain. You don't need to imagine anything new. You don't need to go anywhere. Just this room. Just this steady rain. Outside, steady rain. Inside, dim calm. Outside, steady rain. Inside, safe rest. Dim room with steady rain. If your mind tries to look for a story, it can stop. No story needed. No plot. No change. Only a steady night. Steady night. Steady rain. Dim room with steady rain. Let your attention rest on simple things. The dim light. The quiet corners of the room. The steady rain on the window. Simple? Simple? Nothing to solve. Dim room with steady rain. If you notice your breathing, it can be easy. Not deep. Not forced. Just easy. Easy in. Easy out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Dim room with steady rain. The rain keeps the outside world busy so you don't have to. You can hand the work to the rain. Steady rain. Steady rhythm. The rhythm stays the same. 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 Dim room with steady rain. Notice how the dim room feels like a small shelter. A quiet place that does not change. A place that waits for nothing. A place that asks for nothing. Ask for nothing. Dim room with steady rain. If a thought appears, let it be small. Let it be far. Far thought. Small thought. It can float by like a quiet shadow. Float? Pass? No need to follow. Dim room with steady rain. Outside, steady rain. Inside, dim calm. Outside, steady rain. Inside, safe rest. Repeat. Repeat. Outside, steady rain. Inside, dim calm. Outside, steady rain. Inside, safe rest. Dim room with steady rain. The rain is steady enough that you don't have to pay attention. It becomes a soft blanket of sound. Blanket. Soft? It covers the edges of hearing. Soft edges. Dim room with steady rain. Let the face relax again. Forehead soft. Eyes quiet. Jaw loose. Loose jaw. Quiet eyes. Dim room with steady rain. Let the shoulders drop again. Down? Down? Let the chest be calm. Calm chest. Calm breath. Inhale. Exhale. Dim room with steady rain. Now let the words get simpler. Dim room. Steady rain. Dim room. Steady rain. Outside, rain. Inside, calm. Outside, rain. Inside, safe. Repeat. Outside, rain. Inside, calm. Outside, rain. Inside, safe. Dim room with steady rain. Nothing you need to remember. Nothing you need to understand. You can let the meaning fade. 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 Dim room with steady rain. If you feel the blanket on your skin, let it be gentle. If you feel air on your face, let it be gentle. Gentle. Everything can be gentle. Dim room with steady rain. The steady rain can be like a slow metronome. Not loud. Not strict. Just steady. Steady beat. Steady hush. Dim room with steady rain. Let the body sink a little more. Sink. Let the back be heavy. Heavy. Let the legs be heavy. Heavy. Let the hands be still. Still. Dim room with steady rain. Outside stays outside. Inside stays inside. Outside, steady rain. Inside, dim calm. Outside, steady rain. Inside, safe rest. Repeat. Repeat. Dim room with steady rain. If you notice the mind trying to wake up, let it soften. Soft mind. Soft? The dim room helps. The steady rain helps. Dim room with steady rain. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now, without trying, let your attention drift lower. Down into the body. Down into rest. Down. Down. Dim room with steady rain. And you can stay here, in the dim room, with the steady rain outside, no changes, no surprises, only the steady night, as you sink, slowly, quietly, toward sleep. Dim room with steady rain. The room stays dim. The rain stays steady. Inside is safe. Inside is quiet. Now we let the body do less. Less effort. Less holding. Dim room with steady rain. Bring attention to the breath again. No need to make it big. No need to force it slow. Just notice. In. Out. In. Out. Steady rain outside. Steady breath inside. Dim room with steady rain. Let the exhale be a little longer. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. The steady rain keeps the rhythm outside. The body can borrow that rhythm. Borrow. Borrow. Dim room with steady rain. Now the face. Forehead soft. Eyes quiet. Jaw loose. Loose jaw. Quiet eyes. If the tongue is pressing, let it rest. Rest. Dim room with steady rain. Now the neck. Let the neck be supported. Supported. No need to lift the head. No need to hold anything up. Dim room with steady rain. Now the shoulders. Let the shoulders drop a little more. Down, down. Let the collarbones feel open. Not stretched. Just open. Open. Dim room with steady rain. Now the arms. Upper arms heavy. Elbows soft. Forearms resting. Resting. Hands loose. Fingers soft. Soft. Dim room with steady rain. In. Out. In. Out. If you notice tension, you do not have to remove it all. Just soften it a little. A little. Dim room with steady rain. Now the chest. Let the chest rise and fall easily. Easy rise. Easy fall. No pushing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. The steady rain stays outside. The breath stays steady inside. Dim room with steady rain. Now the belly. Let the belly soften on the inhale. Let it soften more on the exhale. Soft on inhale. Softer on exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Dim room with steady rain. Now the lower back. Let the lower back be heavy. Let it be supported. Supported. If there is a small arch, it can be okay. If it is flat, it can be okay. Okay. Dim room with steady rain. Now the hips. Let the hips sink. 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 Let the weight spread. Spread. Dim room with steady rain. Now the thighs. Heavy thighs. Soft thighs. Heavy. Soft. Let the legs sink into rest. Sink. Dim room with steady rain. Now the knees. Nothing to hold. Knees quiet. Quiet. Dim room with steady rain. Now the calves. Let the calves soften. Let them be still. Still. Dim room with steady rain. Now the ankles. Let the ankles rest in their natural angle. Natural. No adjustment needed. Dim room with steady rain. Now the feet. Feet heavy. Toes loose. Loose toes. If the toes curl, let them uncurl. Uncurl. Dim room with steady rain. In. Out. In. Out. Now we do a simple scan, slowly. Face. Soft. Neck. Supported. Shoulders. Down. Arms. Heavy. Hands. Loose. Chest. Calm. Belly. Soft. Hips. Sinking. Legs. Heavy. Feet. Resting. Resting. Dim room with steady rain. If your mind tries to check the body, let it do less checking. Less analysis. More resting. Resting. Dim room with steady rain. Now we add one more layer of comfort. On each exhale, let the body feel heavier. Exhale. Heavier. Exhale. Heavier. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. The steady rain outside stays steady. The body inside becomes steady too. Dim room with steady rain. If you hear the rain, you can let it remind you. Outside is doing the moving. Inside can be still. Outside moves. Inside rests. Outside moves. Inside rests. Repeat. Outside moves. Inside rests. Dim room with steady rain. Now let the breath become background too. Breath in the background. Rain in the background. Dim room in the background. Everything soft. 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 Dim room with steady rain. No need to hold the day. No need to hold the future. Nothing to hold. Dim room with steady rain. And you can stay right here, in the dim room, with the steady rain outside, letting the body sink, breath by breath, softly, quietly, toward sleep. Dim room with steady rain. The room stays dim. The rain stays steady. No need to think. No need to hold a thought. Dim room with steady rain. If thoughts arrive, they can be simple. And they can leave. Arrive. Leave. Arrive. Leave. Steady rain outside. Dim room inside. Dim room with steady rain. You do not have to answer the mind. You do not have to explain anything. No explaining. No answering. Just resting. Dim room with steady rain. Outside, steady rain. Inside, quiet. Outside, steady rain. Inside, safe. Repeat. Outside, steady rain. Inside, quiet. Outside, steady rain. Inside, safe. Dim room with steady rain. Let the mind become like the dim room. Soft edges. No sharp corners. Soft. Let the thoughts become like the rain. Steady. Even. Not important. Dim room with steady rain. If a thought says, remember, you can say, later. Not now. Later. Not now. If a thought says, plan, you can say, tomorrow. Not now. Tomorrow. Not now. Dim room with steady rain. The rain keeps going. The room keeps resting. You can keep resting. Rest. Dim room with steady rain. Let the words you hear become less meaningful. Less meaning. More sound. Sound of words. Sound of rain. Dim room with steady rain. You can let sentences blur. 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 Like looking through a rainy window. Blur. Dim room with steady rain. In. Out. In. Out. Breath becomes background. Rain becomes background. Everything becomes background. Dim room with steady rain. If you notice you are thinking, that is okay. Just return to something simple. Dim room. Steady rain. Dim room. Steady rain. Outside, rain. Inside, calm. Outside, rain. Inside, safe. Dim room with steady rain. You do not need to picture anything. You can let images fade. 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 Let the mind be empty enough. Empty enough. Dim room with steady rain. Now we soften the attention. As if your attention is a small light, and it can dim even more. Dimmer. Dimmer. The room is dim. Your attention can be dim. Dim room with steady rain. Nothing to focus on. No focus. No effort. Dim room with steady rain. Outside stays outside. Inside stays inside. Outside, steady rain. Inside, dim calm. Outside, steady rain. Inside, safe rest. Repeat. Repeat. Dim room with steady rain. Let the body remain heavy. Heavy. Let the breath remain easy. Easy. Let the mind remain quiet. Quiet. Dim room with steady rain. If there is a small noise in the mind, it can fade into the rain. Fade into rain. Fade. Dim room with steady rain. Now let the mind stop checking time. No time. No counting. No measuring. Just steady rain. Dim room with steady rain. You do not need to do sleep correctly. You do not need to perform rest. Rest happens by itself. By itself. Dim room with steady rain. In. Out. In. Out. Steady rain outside. Dim room inside. Outside. Steady rain. Inside. Dim calm. Dim room with steady rain. Let the thoughts become fewer. 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 Let the gaps become longer. Longer. Not forced. Just natural. Dim room with steady rain. A thought may appear. And it may pass. Appear. Pass. Appear. Pass. Steady. Dim room with steady rain. Now the words can become very small. Dim room. Steady rain. Dim room. Steady rain. Outside. Inside. Outside. Inside. Rain. Room. Rain. Room. Dim room with steady rain. You can rest in the repetition. Repetition is safe. Safe. Dim room with steady rain. No story. No problem. No decision. Just steady rain outside. And dim calm inside. Dim room with steady rain. And you can continue like this. Dim room. Steady rain. Breath soft. Body heavy. Mind quiet. As sleep comes closer. Without effort. Quietly. Steadily. In the rain. Dim room with steady rain. The room stays dim. The rain stays steady. And now, everything can slow down even more. Slower. Softer. Dim room with steady rain. You do not need to stay awake for the words. You can let the words pass through. Pass through. Pass through. Like the steady rain passing outside. Steady. Steady. Dim room with steady rain. Outside stays outside. Inside stays inside. Outside, steady rain. Inside, dim calm. Outside, steady rain. Inside, safe rest. Repeat. Outside, steady rain. Inside, dim calm. Outside, steady rain. Inside, safe rest. Dim room with steady rain. Let the body become very heavy. 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 Let the breath become very quiet. 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 Let the mind become very soft. 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 Dim room with steady rain. If there is a last small tension, it can melt. 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 The shoulders melt. The jaw melts. The hands melt. Melt. Dim room with steady rain. In. Out. In. Out. No need to count. No need to notice. Just the steady rain. Dim room with steady rain. Now the room can feel farther away, as if you are sinking deeper than the room. Deeper? Deeper? The steady rain stays on the surface of the world. And you sink below the surface. Below. Below. Dim room with steady rain. Words can become fewer now. Dim room. Steady rain. Dim room. Steady rain. Outside. Inside. Outside. Inside. Rain. Room. Rain. Room. Dim room with steady rain. Let each exhale carry you down. 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 Exhale. Down. Exhale. Down. Inhale. Exhale. Dim room with steady rain. If a thought appears, it is already fading. 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 No need to touch it. Dim room with steady rain. If you feel the bed under you, you can stop naming it. Just support. 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 If you feel the blanket, you can stop naming it. Just warmth. 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 Dim room with steady rain. The steady rain outside is the same. 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 The dim room inside is the same. 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 Nothing changes. Dim room with steady rain. You are allowed to drift. 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 Not thinking. Not planning. Drifting. Dim room with steady rain. Outside, steady rain. Inside, drifting. Outside, steady rain. Inside, resting. Outside, steady rain. Inside, drifting. Outside, steady rain. Inside, resting. Dim room with steady rain. Now let the breath be the smallest thing. Small breath. Small. Let the space between breaths be longer. Longer space. Longer. In. Out. In. Out. Dim room with steady rain. Everything can feel distant. Distant room. Distant thoughts. Distant? Only the steady rain remains close. Close rain. Steady rain. Dim room with steady rain. You do not need to do anything right. You can rest imperfectly. Even imperfect rest is rest. Rest. Dim room with steady rain. If you wake for a second, it is okay. You can return. 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 Dim room with steady rain. Now, even the idea of returning can fade. 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 Just drifting. Dim room with steady rain. Down. Down. Steady rain outside. Dim room inside. Outside, steady rain. Inside, dim calm. Dim room with steady rain. And you can stay here, drifting lower, with the steady rain outside, the dim room inside. No changes, no effort, no thinking, only steady rain, only dim calm, as sleep takes over, quietly, steadily. Dim room with steady rain. The room stays dim. The rain stays steady. And now, you can let go of even the idea of listening. Let go. Let go. Dim room with steady rain. No need to follow. No need to understand. Just rest. Rest. Dim room with steady rain. Outside, steady rain. Inside, dim calm. Outside, steady rain. Inside, safe rest. Repeat. Outside, steady rain. Inside, dim calm. Outside, steady rain. Inside. Safe rest. Dim room with steady rain. Breath is soft. Soft breath. In. Out. In. Out. No effort. Dim room with steady rain. The body is heavy. Heavy body. Sinking. Sinking. Dim room with steady rain. The mind is quiet. Quiet mind. Nothing to do. Nothing to hold. Dim room with steady rain. Words can become like soft rain too. Soft. Steady. Soft. Steady. Dim room with steady rain. If a thought appears, it is small. Small. It fades. Fades. Dim room with steady rain. If you are already drifting, you can drift more. 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 Dim room with steady rain. Outside is rain. Inside is rest. Outside is rain. Inside is rest. Outside is rain. Inside is rest. Repeat. Dim room with steady rain. There is nothing you need to remember. Nothing. Nothing. Dim room with steady rain. You are safe. Safe. You are held. Held? You can sleep. Sleep? Dim room with steady rain. The steady rain continues. Steady. 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 Dim room with steady rain. In. Out. In. Out. The breath becomes quieter. 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 Dim room with steady rain. The room becomes softer. 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 Dim room with steady rain. The edges of thoughts dissolve. 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 Dim room with steady rain. If you notice anything at all, let it be the steady rain. Steady rain. And let it fade too. Fade. Dim room with steady rain. Now, fewer words. Dim room. Steady rain. Dim room. Steady rain. Outside. Inside. Outside. Inside. Rain. Room. Rain. Room. Dim room with steady rain. Down. Down. Exhale. Down. Exhale. Down. Inhale. Exhale. Dim room with steady rain. No time. No counting. No measuring. Only steady rain. Dim room with steady rain. Soft rain outside. Soft calm inside. Soft rain outside. Soft calm inside. Soft rain outside. Soft calm inside. Dim room with steady rain. Resting. 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 Dim room with steady rain. Sleep can come closer now. Closer. Closer. Dim room with steady rain. Nothing changes. No change. No surprise. Dim room with steady rain. You can let the room be dim. Let the rain be steady. Let the body be heavy. Let the mind be quiet. Dim room with steady rain. In. Out. In. Out. Dim room with steady rain. If you wake for a second, it is still safe. Safe. Return is easy. Easy? Dim room with steady rain. And even the idea of return can fade. 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 Dim room with steady rain. Just steady rain outside. Just dim calm inside. Just soft breath. Just heavy body. Just quiet mind. Dim room with steady rain. And you can stay there, in the dim room, with the steady rain outside, with no effort, no thinking, no story, only steady rain, only dim calm, as sleep becomes deep, quiet, steady, and complete.